Welcome to a new one, guys. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you for opening the video, so thank you for that. Today's video came up from an insight I had coming back home from work. Today, I had a lot of excuses for not picking up the camera and recording. I was making excuses in my mind as I was coming back home from work, like maybe not today, because today I ended up like saying, okay, fuck everything, like I'm gonna record today no matter what. But for example, in the last like 2 or 3 days, I think I haven't recorded, and my goal was to record every day for at least 10 days so I can get the ball running with this and get practice, get very good at it. But yeah, like the insight I had came from the thought which permeated my mind as I was coming home, because I was coming back home and I thought to myself, like, if I'm serious about this, if I'm serious about YouTube, about growing my channel, reaching more people, trying to inspire and help more people, growing the audience, or even if I'm serious at this goal of scaling the YouTube channel, like that's one of my 2025 goals. I think it's the most important one, because that's my goal, like to work from this. That is my goal, to be able to live from this and help people and make a living based on that. All that being said, I thought to myself, if this is really the priority, why I'm not making it the priority? Like, if this was the priority to me, I would work as soon as I wake up, or as soon as possible, before doing anything else, before going to work. And I thought to myself, yeah, maybe it is 10 p.m., maybe it is late. My excuses were, yeah, I'm very tired because I haven't slept well today. I worked like 4 hours, so I'm very tired. But you know what? Like, fuck the fact I'm tired, Like, fuck me. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, who cares if you're tired? Like, listen, it doesn't matter what you do in life, like you're gonna have those days in which you are not really on your best, and those doubts and excuses will penetrate your mind, and it is your decision to think, okay, I will let them dominate me, or I will dominate my thoughts. Like, I could have sit here and say, okay, I record tomorrow, I will wake up early and whatever. But the more you slack on something, the less progress you make. Like if I didn't sit down to record today, like now, it was way more probable than tomorrow I do the same thing, because things come up in life. Life is very busy, we all have things to do, and if you don't make a priority for the things that are important to you, no one will, and you will never get there. You will never achieve your goals. So that was one of the things I wanted to share. Like, I was very tired and I thought about not recording, but the important thing is not to get the negative thought of, okay, maybe what if I don't do this today? You can't avoid that. That's normal. What matters the most is what you do when that thought comes to your mind. Like, what do you do then? Do you listen to that thought, or do you say like fuck my tiredness, fuck everything, I'm gonna do the work, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do either way? That's what's important. So yeah, and I have some notes here. Maybe I will share this in the description of the video, I will see. But one of the things I have written out here is that hard days is when you make the most progress. Because what I mean by this is, everybody can go to the gym, work hard on your business, be nice to other people. When you have a good day, when you slept 9 hours, you are eating well, you are in a good mood, everyone can relate to these sort of days. And of course you can do a good work on that days. That's normal, let's say. If you are not, of course, if you are a drug addict or whatever, your normal day is like kind of shit. But let's assume that you have normal days like most people. And if we were to assume that, I mean, hard days is when you make the most progress, because hard days is when everybody else quits, when everybody else says, yeah, when everybody else basically throws the towel and says, today I'm gonna take a rest, I'm not gonna work as hard, at least. Today I don't need to train like I trained for 4 days straight. Those are the days where weakness comes and when people show their real sides. That's where winners are made. On those days is where like the true G's, the true winners, the ones who make a difference, the elite, that's the days where they come out to play, you know? The days where they take advantage and let's say, okay, you're gonna take a rest, I'm not, you know? So yeah, those days are where you make the most progress, the most progress. This for me is the day where I make the most progress. The day that in which I don't want to record, I don't want to sit here. Of course, that when I'm getting to the flow, I like recording, I like doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But it's tiring. It's tiring. Like I have to script the video if I want it to at least be a better video than it could be. So yeah, at the end of the day, I have to do the work, because this is a priority to me, and that's what makes you a real man. Like you don't listen to your feelings or the way that you feel or the sleep that you got today. You listen to what your priorities and goals are, and if your actions align with that, you are doing a good job. Another thing I wanted to mention is maybe what you deem productive, it isn't what is actually productive, and let me explain and expand on this. I think we both could agree that, I don't know, making your bed is productive. Okay. Like going to work is a productive thing. Eating well is a productive thing. Doing your chores is a productive thing. But what you need to understand here is that if you don't set goals first and foremost, if you don't set goals, you need to do it, or at least maybe not goals, but you need to have a vision for your life. You need to have things you aspire to. Otherwise, we would all be like aimlessly at life. You need to have a vision, something you aspire to. At least that's my opinion and what you need to live a good life. And once you have that, you need to sit down and say, okay, if my goal is to, for example, in my case, if I can share my personal journey so you can relate. If my goal is to reach, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, one of the most important tasks of the day is to record videos, like that's it. There's a YouTuber, Hamza, you may know him. He always used to speak about eating the frog. Basically, eating the frog is like not doing the fancy and fun things of, yeah, let me see the best picture I can have for my YouTube channel or the best edits. No, like the most important thing, the frog task, the thing you need to put your focus on, in my case, is to sit down, script the videos and record them back to back to back to back. That's what's gonna grow the channel. That's what's gonna make me better at recording the videos themselves. That's called purpose. When you have purpose in life, you need to put that thing above everything else, even everybody else. You need to do that if you want to accomplish your goal. If you don't want to accomplish your goal, or if you are not so ambitious, that's okay. I'm not saying you need to be this crazy psychopath who only works. I'm saying that you need to deem productive what is actually productive for you. If you want to have a crazy physique, being productive is not making your bed, watching gym videos, and researching diet stuff. Yeah, those things will help you. But what will help you the most is going to the gym and eating well and getting good sleep. Those three things are the most important. So I think you get the point here. The way to solve this problem, the problem of procrastinating on the tasks that are really important for your goals, because you can very easily fall into this trap that I'm falling on myself. Like I also train a lot. I want to have an incredible physique, and I have been training very little compared to what I'm used to and to what I used to do. The way I'm gonna solve this problem, and the way I advise you to solve this problem if you are going through this yourself, is to do the most important tasks at the beginning of the day. Like, you can't push those tasks further on the day because you will end up not doing them a lot. A lot of days you will end up not doing it, not doing them. You need to do those tasks as soon as possible when you wake up, because those are the priorities. And once you get them done, that's it. Like, that's it for the day. You can chill for the rest of the day. You can go hang out with your friends, because the tasks that are important for your goals are already taken care of. You need to be a killer when it comes to this. I think that's the best way to solve this problem, and something I've been lacking on. So the idea for tomorrow, for example, is to wake up as soon as I can, and yeah, train before I go to work. I go to work at 1 p.m. So yeah, train before I go to work at 1 p.m. and record the video whenever I can. Maybe because those are the most important tasks for me right now. Training and YouTube. Those are the two things I need to put all of my energy on. And yeah, work is very important for me, because that money is gonna help me a lot to buy a new camera for these videos that is my priority right now. All I have to do is show up and be there and stand there and do the promoter stuff, which I talked about in the previous videos. So if you didn't watch them, go watch them right now. But when it comes to the channel, I have to sit here and record the videos, and that's what is hard for me. This job, like, I've been for this is the third week I'm finishing. Today is Friday, so yeah, finishing the third week. It's easy already. Like, I know what to do, when to do it, and how to approach things. It's not hard. This is what's hard. This is my hard, the thing which I probably try to procrastinate on every day. So that's where my focus should be. To wrap up a little bit with the video, which we are nearly there, I wrote down here that if you want to win, you can't ignore this. To win at life, you need to be resilient and push forward at every obstacle. So what I mean by this is what I've been preaching on the whole video. Like, you will have obstacles, you will have challenges. God or life or the universe, whatever you want to call it. In my personal case, I call it God. But if you are an atheist, like, you can call it the universe, I don't know. You can call it life, I don't care. The point here is, you will struggle. If you want to do something great or something big, you will struggle eventually. And that is the time when you need to prove to yourself, okay, can I really do this? Like, those times when it gets hard, and I'm not saying this to be some motivational like guru, because that's very fucking lame, to be honest, if I'm being honest. But it's the truth. Like those are the times that life will test you and see if you are really made of for what you want. Like, for example, if I struggle to be consistent on these videos, on recording these videos, I'm not made for it. If I can't be consistent on this, I'm not made for it, and it's not for me. That's simple. If you want to have an amazing physique, but you are not ready to, maybe that day that you know you should eat well, you don't eat well, and you have, I don't know, 3,000 extra calories, you are not made for it. And that doesn't mean you can't fuck up or you can't miss a day. How many days did I miss of recording these videos? Like, I started like, I don't know, 8 days ago, maybe, and I missed like 2 days already. That doesn't mean you can get it wrong sometimes, but it means that you need to get back on track when that happens. And that is what shows if you are made for it or not. So yeah, you need to be resilient. Resilience is very important to become successful. And that's something I have to work on a lot. I'm trying to get there, to be very resilient. And it's a skill. It's a skill as any, and you have to work on it. That's simple. And basically, the last thing I wanted to say is something I said when we began the video, which is, the more you slack on something, the more likely it is you're gonna continue to fuck up. So if you don't train for 1 day, 2 days, yeah, maybe you can get back on track. On the third day, get back on track as soon as possible. But if you didn't train for 1 week, then it turns into 2 weeks, then it turns into a month, Before you know it, it's been 1.5 months and you trained like 4 days. So when you have priorities, when you have goals and big goals, don't let yourself sleep so often. Like, there is this YouTuber Jack, the British guy, you probably know him. And one of the things he said is, don't miss more than 2 days at the gym. So if you want to train one day, rest on the next day, train one day, rest on the next day, that's okay. Like, that's being consistent at least. But never go more than 2 days without training. So 2 days is the limit, in my opinion, 2 days. And on the third day, like, you need to get back on it. Otherwise, you probably will slack more and more and more. So try to, whatever your goals are, whatever your goals are, I don't know them, I don't know you personally, but you need to apply some critical thinking and say, okay, I always give the training example because I think it is something everyone can relate to. Like, everyone went at least once to the gym or try to improve their physique, or anyone at least knows about someone who started training, you know? So I think that's a good example. But this applies to everything. The principles on which I'm talking about in this video applies to everything. It applies to work, it applies to your business, it applies to a personal relationship with someone you love. It applies basically to everything that is important and big in life. So yeah, that's the things I've been thinking on about today, the things I wanted to preach to you on this video, and the insights I had from today. So hopefully I will see you on the next one, and as always, I'm very thankful for you being here.